I do know this gentleman's name. We're going to give each of the candidates a chance to come up, tell you who their name, what they are, what town they're from, and what office they're running for, and just say a real quick a few things to you. They have a web page or anything like that. So, but this next gentleman is real easy for me. How many here, all of you here, who's from Rochester? Not too bad. Who's from Barrington? Okay, we got a couple people from Barrington, all right? Right now, Fenton Groen and myself, we hold down the western front of Rochester and stop all the liberals from Barrington from coming into Rochester. So thank us for doing that. You can't pick your family, and you can't pick your neighbors. But as I've told Fenton before, I am proud of both of my family and my next-door neighbor. Fenton and I are right next door to each other, and it must drive everybody nuts to know that two great conservatives are sitting right in the middle of Rochester. So let me introduce first to Fenton. Fenton, knock him dead.
Good afternoon. Fenton Groen, running for State Senate in District 6. We heard a lot today about different principles that our nation is founded on. The principles in our state constitution, in our federal constitution, in our Declaration of Independence. We also heard about principles that come from religion, that come from our faith. All of those are very important to me. You know, I truly believe that in order to govern wisely and in order to govern effectively, you have to be a person of principle. We need to have people who believe strongly in the Constitution and believe strongly that there are natural values. Our founding fathers called it natural rights that don't come from the government. They come from God. It says in our Declaration of Independence, it says these are inalienable rights that come from God. I believe that. I'm not going to go further into that because we've heard a lot about that. The next thing is passion. You know, I'm the 10th of 14 children. My dad was just known as a person who stood for what he believed in, and you had to have really good arguments. You could change his mind, but you had to have really good arguments to change his mind, and on basic principles you couldn't change his mind because he believed in them. And me and my brother Warren, some of you know him, he's a rep from Rochester and running for re-election. We got that from my dad. There's a passion there. We need to instill, we heard this today, we need to instill in our younger generation a passion for these principles. Because without the passion, we'll let the principles slide. And we need to have that passion. And the third thing is practice. We're going to go to Concord in January, and I really believe we'll have a majority of Republicans there. How many of you believe that? I believe we will. I think the tide is going in our direction. When we get there, we have to be people of practice. The principle guides who we are and what we're going to stand for. Passion gives us the energy and the focus to do it. Now we got to put it into practice. And when we get there, we're going to have to work hard. We have to reduce our budget. We've had 23% increase in budget over 4 years. It's over twice the rate of inflation. We can't even use that budget as a benchmark. We've got to go back 4 years to the budget 4 years ago to use that as a benchmark so we can start it at somewhat reasonable level. We have to reduce regulations. I'm a contractor. In just the 10 years we've been in business, an average family home costs $5,000 more just because of the new regulations in the code. We can't keep doing that. And not only we must not keep doing that, we've got to roll it back. And we as Republicans, we need to be a party of solutions. You know, last time around, people would ask the Republicans, you know, or accuse the Republicans of being the party of no. Well, yeah, we're the party of no when bad stuff is happening. But when we get there in January, we got to be the party to put it in practice. And I intend to be part of that. I have about almost 4 decades, 38 years of business management experience. I'm looking forward to using that in Concord, and I'm looking forward to representing you. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Fenton.